Warm welcome to all the students. In this lecture, we shall continue our discussion about the Java FX applications and various controls. So, in this lecture, we will begin with a program wherein we can add a toggle button. Now, first of all, we should know what is a toggle button. Toggle button, it looks just like a push button, but it acts differently because it has two states, that is pushed and release. There are two states. Now when you press the toggle button a second time, it releases or pops up. Therefore each time a toggle button is pushed, it toggles between these two states. Now in JavaFX we have a class called as toggle button class. Okay, now this toggle button class is derived from a button based class. It implements toggle interface which defines functionality common to all types of two-state buttons. Toggle button, it defines three constructors and we are going to use this particular constructor, toggle button, and here the string that should appear on the button. Okay. Now like other buttons, toggle button generates an action event when it is pressed. Now because toggle button defines a two-state control, it is commonly used to let the user select an option. When the button is pressed, the option is selected, and when the button is released, the option is deselected. Now for this reason, the program usually needs to determine the toggle button's state. Now there is one method that is used for doing this thing. So this method is called as isSelected method, which is shown here. Final boolean isSelected. So as you can rightly point out, isSelected is a method which returns a boolean value. So if a particular toggle button is pushed, then it will return true, and if it is released, so again when you press it is released, then this method will return false. Okay, so we will just see a small application. So this is a JavaFX skeleton that I have used. Okay, this code is always common for any JavaFX application. Ultimately, this is a skeleton code of JavaFX that we had already seen, which simply displays a JavaFX application, blank application, right? Now we are going to add a toggle button to this. Okay, so the very first thing that we are going to do here is we need to add. Now we will have a label here, so I will add a label and a toggle button. So I'll write a code here. I'll say toggle button TB, okay, and label whose name is response. So I'll be declaring one label and one toggle button. Now here I will just add the code. First I will the default text that will appear on this on this label is push the button. So I'll say response equal to new label, and the text within the label is push the button, right? And now I will be creating the toggle button. So to create a toggle button, I'll say TB equal to new toggle button, okay, and the text that should be displayed on the toggle button is simply on/off, so that user knows that when I toggle this, okay, the button is either on and off, two states, right? Next we shall handle the events for this toggle button. So if this toggle button is selected, then here in this label called as response label here, if the button is selected, it should print button is on, and if it is again clicked, that means it is released, then it should print button is off. Okay, so I'll be writing now the event handling for this button. So I'll say TB dot set on action, TB dot set on action event handler and action event brackets, and here you will have public void method name is handle that receives the object of action event. Say AE is the object of action event, and you're going to write the code here. Now before that, event handler and action event, these are actually present in the packages. Event packages. So I will be importing them. I'll say import javafx dot event. Now event package has all these classes. So you see your action event is also a class and event is also a class. So instead of saying dot action event or dot event handler, I will just say dot star. So all these classes whichever required can be imported. So import javafx dot event dot star. Okay, now let us write the code inside. So I'll say if the toggle button dot is selected. So each selected method, as we have just seen, what this each selected method does, it's a boolean method, so it will return true if the button is pressed. Okay, and if it is pressed, then I want to print a message in this response label. I'll say response dot set text, and the text should tell that button is on. Okay, otherwise, so in the else part it should say response dot set text that the button is off. Yes, this is a simple okay. So tb dot set on action, I should have said here new event handler. Yes, so this is the event that is generated on clicking. And then remember that this label and this toggle button I have to add it to the root node. So I'll say root dot get children dot add all, and first I will add the toggle button tb, and then I will add the label that is response. Okay, another small thing that I have done, see I have in this layout, okay, I have said that root dot set alignment pos dot center, so it will be positioned to the center. I save this and I run. So what you see is a toggle button. The text displayed on the toggle button is on and off, and by default in this response label it shows you the message that push the button, right? Now when I'm going to click this button, it is going to invoke this particular event. So let's say I click this, okay, you see TB is selected, it returns true, and if TB is selected is true, then the text in the response label here is set to button is on. So you see button is on getting displayed. Now when you're going to press this button, it will print button is on. So that's why it is called as toggle switch. It is on, so button is pressed, it's keeping on pressing, and when you click it again it is released. So button is pressed, button is released. So this is basically the toggle button. Now the radio buttons are basically group of mutually exclusive buttons in which only one button can be selected at any one particular point of time. So although it's a group, okay, each individual radio button is a different button and they are mutually exclusive. That means if one button is selected, all others will be deselected. If other is selected, the remaining will be deselected, and so on. So that means only one button can be selected at any one point of time. That's a radio button. Now they are supported by radio button class. So in JavaFX you have a class called as radio button class, and that class it extends two classes. One is button based class and second is toggle button class. And this radio button class also implements the toggle interface. Okay. Now to create a radio button, we will use the following constructor. We will say radio button and we will put the name that should be printed besides the radio button. Now here str is the label of the radio button. Like other buttons, when the radio button is used, an action event is generated. So for the mutually exclusive nature to be activated, the radio buttons, they must be configured into a group. Okay, if you don't configure them into a group, then how they will become mutually exclusive? So whenever you create radio button, then you will have to create a group, and that group is called as toggle group. Okay, that group is called as toggle group. It is present in a class called as toggle group class, and then these different radio buttons that I have created, you will have to add it to the toggle group class object. Okay. Now to add them into toggle group object, class object, we'll have to use a method called as set toggle group method. Okay. Here is the toggle group object. This is the set toggle group method, and then you can use it as radio button name dot set toggle group in bracket the object name of toggle group. We shall see this in a program. After all the radio buttons have been added to the same group, their mutually exclusive behavior will be enabled. So we are exhibiting the radio button. So first thing is I'm going to set the title of this primary stage as radio button. Okay, so instead of toggle button control, I'll say radio button control. Fine. Next, now I will use a label. Okay, again a response label. So I'll say label okay, I'll use a label. Name of the label is response label, and I will initialize it, or I will initially set that label here. I will set it to null. So I'll say response equal to new label, and the text within it will be null string, no text. Right. So next I will create radio buttons. Now radio button can be created using a class called as radio button. So I will create 3 radio buttons. One radio button will be for a vehicle, that is train. Second will be for car. Third will be for aeroplane. So I will create 3 radio buttons. I will say radio button. Okay, first radio button is RB train, that's for train, equal to new radio button, and the text that should be printed besides the radio button will be train. Train will be the text that will be printed besides the radio button. I want 2 other radio buttons, so I will just copy this code. And the second radio button will be RB car, because it is for car. RB car equal to new radio button, and the name of the button will be car. Fine. And third radio button here, it will be RB plane equal to new radio button in bracket plane. Plane will be the name besides that radio button. So this is how we have created 3 radio buttons. Now, as I have already told you before, these buttons, they should be mutually exclusive of each other. Now that mutual exclusiveness will come only when you club them inside one group, and that group is defined by a class called as toggle group. So first I'll create an object of toggle group. I'll say toggle group tg equal to new toggle group. Yes. So I have created a new toggle group, and now I'll be adding these buttons to this toggle group. So using there's a method that we have said, set toggle group is a method. So I'll say rb train dot set toggle group and give the object tg as input to it. Similarly, rb car dot set toggle group tg, and third I'll say rb plane dot set toggle group tg will be the object. So by writing this code, first I'm creating 3 radio buttons, then I'm creating a toggle group tg, and then I'm adding these buttons using set toggle group method. I'm adding these buttons to the object toggle group. So now they are mutually exclusive. Okay, now what should happen? See, on your window at this point, I'll just run and show. I'll save this code. I'll just run here. Okay, so right now nothing appears because I have not added these buttons. I have not added these buttons to the root node. So let me first add the button to the root node. So I'll just say root dot get children, okay, dot add all, because there are more elements and there are only 2 elements. One is the toggle button, not toggle button, one is the radio button rb train, second is the radio button rb car, I'll say rb car, and third is the radio button rb plane. 3 radio buttons, plus I'll be adding a label called as response, right? So these are all added. So one is rb train, rb car, and rb plane. They are all added, and let's see whether now we can see the radio buttons. Yes. So as you can see here, you have 3 radio buttons, and also there is one label that we have added, but since we have not set any text to the label, it is not showing. What I want to do, if I click this train, okay, then on that label it should print that train is selected. If I click here car, then on that label it should print car is selected, and so on. Now for that I will be writing the action event handling here. So I will just say rb train dot set on action and event handler action event. Okay, and then this will go on the next lines here. You will have brackets, and within this you will have void public void handle, which will take object of action event A. Right now, one thing that I need to tell you, see, I have 2 event handler and I have action event. So I have to import, I have to include javafx.event, okay, dot star. So I'll just say new event handler and in bracket action event and the brackets. Now what is the text in the response? The moment a particular button, say RB train, is selected, then I want a response dot set text. I want to set this text as, and the text is that train is selected. Yes. So now I'll just save this and run this. So now see, when I select this train, it will print train is selected. So this is the action event. Now similarly you can write action events for car as well as plane. Okay. So for that you can just copy this and paste it here. And in place of RB train you can just say it is RB car. Just say copy. Okay, and then you can say here in place of train you can say here car is selected. Car is selected. So when you save this and run, as you can see here, now when I select car, it will show that car is selected. Train, it will show that train is selected, and for plane I have not yet written the action event. So train is selected, car is selected, and for plane I have to write. So again I will copy this, paste it here, and in place of RB car I will say RB plane, and replace car with plane, and in place of car is selected I will say plane is selected. Okay. So now you can see that when I select train, it will say train is selected. Car, it will say car is selected, and when I say plane, it is plane is selected. I think spelling mistake is there, but plane is selected. So this is how you can have your radio button control coded into the JavaFX application. Checkbox control. The class which is used for checkbox control is checkbox class. Now the immediate superclass of this checkbox class is button based class. Checkboxes in JavaFX, they support three states. One is checked, unchecked, and third is indeterminate or undefined. So this indicates that checkbox has not been set yet. Okay. Now the constructors that we are going to use for checkbox class will be checkbox, and the string will be given as input. Okay, string that should be displayed beside the checkbox will be the input. Now there is a method called as isSelected. This method is basically used, it's a boolean method. The method returns boolean value. It returns true if the particular checkbox is selected, and if the checkbox is not selected so far, it returns false. So we are going to use this particular method for event handling of the checkbox. So as you can see, this is the same JavaFX skeleton program with the basic skeleton, and we are going to add now checkbox control to this. Okay, So we already have this label response, label whose name is response. We already have this. So we'll retain the same thing, and now we will declare a checkbox. Okay. Now initially, so we'll add the controls over here. Okay. So I'll say first response equal to new label, and initially this label will have text that no deployment selected, no deployment selected, correct? So this will be the text that will be printed on the response label. Now I create label, okay, and now I'll create the checkboxes. So here I'll be creating 3 checkboxes. One checkbox will be for web deployment, second will be for desktop deployment, third will be for mobile deployment. So CB web is the checkbox for web deployment, new checkbox. Okay, and the text that will be printed beside this checkbox will be web. Similarly, the second checkbox, I have to say checkbox here. Checkbox CB web is the first checkbox. 2 more checkboxes I will be creating. So 2 more. Second will be CB desktop. Third will be CB mobile. So here it will be desktop, and the text besides this checkbox will be mobile, right? So I have created 3 checkboxes. Now there is a the event that I'm going to event handling that I'm going to do for this will be that when a particular checkbox is selected, okay, in this response label it will show whichever checkbox has been selected. Okay, so for that I will use a string and list is the name of the string, let's say. Okay, or listing is the name of the string, and I initialize this listing equal to null initially. Equal to null. So I initialize this listing to null. Fine. Next, I'm going to do the event handling, but before that let me add these controls onto the primary stage. So I'll say root dot get children dot add all, and what I'll be adding is, first I will be adding the checkboxes, that is CB web, then CB, here W has to be capital, then CB desktop, and third will be CB mobile. So 3 checkboxes, and then the response, the label name, that is response. Fine. And the listing. Okay, listing is not used, only response. These are the 3 checkboxes, and 1 label will be displayed. Now before event handling, I will just show you how the form will look, how the JavaFX application will look with these checkboxes. So you see, these are the checkboxes. Now checkbox control, unlike radio button, they are not mutually exclusive. That means if I select this checkbox, I can also select this checkbox and this checkbox. Okay, we can select either one of them, or we can select set of checkboxes, so no problem. Now whatever is selected here, it is going to be printed here. Okay, what is selected, fine. So that event handling I'm going to do now. So for that I will say event handling. So first let me do it for CB web. So CB web dot set on action event handler action event brackets, and then I will have to open brackets here, and within that public void handle action event object AE will be the argument. Okay, and the code is going to be written here, and here it should be new event handler. I forgot to write new. Okay, now what I will say is, if say CB web is selected, okay, if CB web is selected, then I will be simply to this listing I will be simply adding that thing. For example, I will say if CB web dot is selected, then do what? Then I will say the listing equal to listing plus equal to, so the old value plus equal to, I will say comma, and or listing equal to, I will just add the element to the list. What is that element? Web. Okay, fine. Then initially it will be listing equal to web. Then I'll write this further. If CB desktop dot is selected, if CB desktop is selected, okay, CB desktop is selected, then it will just say listing equal to the old value of listing, or listing plus equal to it will print desktop. Okay, I think there is some error here. Let's check what is the error. Illegal start type semicolon expected. So CB desktop, I'll just copy this. dot cb desktop if cb desktop dot is selected oh I've written this outside the bracket of handles, that's why it's showing me error. Yes, then listing will be whatever is the previous value plus desktop. Okay, and then third, if cb mobile dot is selected, then mobile is selected, then listing will be listing plus equal to mobile. Fine, and now you have to set the text, that is response label. I have to set some value, so I'll say response dot okay, this should be within the handle, so this is the bracket of the handle, so I will write the code here. Okay, now if nothing is selected, then if say if listing is equal to dot equals, that means if listing string, see I initialize the string as null here, and if it is null, that means no other thing is selected. Okay, so if the listing is null, then I can just set the listing, okay, that none selected. Okay, none selected. And now see, based on what is clicked, this listing string will get that particular thing appended. So first if I select web, so in the listing string, web string will be there. Then I select desktop, so next so this desktop string will be appended to the web, and so on, right? So now finally this listing I have to show in this particular label. So I will say response dot set text, response dot set text, and the text is, I'll say target select list is, and it will, I'll write plus listing. Fine. Let's see what happens when I run this, right? Then we can add some improvisation to this. So this is the checkbox, these are the checkbox controls that we have: web, desktop and mobile. So initially no deployment selected is printed. Okay, now when I select web, target listing is web. Then I select desktop, okay, and then I select mobile. So only web is taken. Yes, web and desktop is taken. Then web, desktop, desktop. It depends on what is selected. So there is a small change that we can do here, okay, so that the code is better functional. So what I will do is I will create a label here called as all listings, okay, a label called as all listings. Then I will set this. I'll also create a string here. Okay, I'll create a label here called as all listings. Okay, all targets, I'll say all targets, and the string that I create here is targets. Okay, then here that string called as targets I will set to null. So I'll say here itself I'll say string targets equal to null. So I have set the targets to null. Now I have already set the label. Another label I'll create here. Instead of response, I'll create another label. I'll call it as label 1. Label 1 equal to label name of the label is heading. So this will give the heading for the particular app. So this is the label heading. So whenever you are this will be displayed, JavaFX application will be displayed, it will first display the heading label, that is no deployment selected. Or okay, here you can have the heading as select deployment options. So select deployment options will be the message that you are going to see in the heading of that particular form. Fine. Then we have created the checkboxes, and we will say response equal to new label. Okay, and the text of that response label initially will be no deployment selected here. No deployment selected. Fine. And then since I've created another label called as all targets, initially I will say all targets equal to new label, and the new label, and the initial values for that label will be target list, and initially there is nothing, so I'll say none. What is this target list? So as we are going to check different checkboxes, okay, based on what we have checked, the target list will be populated. Okay, so these are the things which we do. Then I have created 3 controls. Fine. And now for the event handling, I am just saying, okay, here for this button CB, okay, if CB web is selected, okay, if that particular checkbox is selected, then I will say response dot set text, it will print that web deployment selected. Fine. Else, so this is if part, then it will say else it will print response dot set text web deployment cleared. Web deployment okay. This is in the else part, and then you're going to you will have to write a function here. Okay, I will write a function here, and that function will be show all function. Okay, show all, and I will write the definition for this show all function. Show all function basically will print whatever options are selected so far. Okay, so that is your show all function. Okay, and then you have your, this is the this I delete. Yes. So this is the handle method. This is the handle method. It ends here, and this is the end of the action event. Fine. And this is the end of set on action method. Again we have to write the code for show all. So what I will do, to not waste time, I will copy this again and I will paste it here. So this is event handling for the second checkbox. So this was for CB web, the next it is for CB desktop. Fine. So here it will say desktop deployment selected, and here also it will say desktop deployment cleared, and it will call show all function, which we are going to write. Okay, similarly for the third checkbox, okay, again I will write for the third checkbox whose name is CB mobile. I'll write here mobile deployment selected and mobile deployment cleared, and then show all method. Now what is this show all method that we are going to write after some time, right? Now see, I will be using a separator. Okay, separator will be a small horizontal line that will be drawn. Okay, that will separate this particular heading, that is select deployment option, and then the checkboxes. So that separator I am going to create here. Okay, so where is the end of your here? Okay, your start method ends here. So I'll create separator here. So I'll say separator s equal to new separator. Fine. And then I will say s dot set preferred width, set, this is a method to specify how much pixel width you want for that horizontal line. Okay, so let's say 200 pixels. Set preferred width is 200 pixels. Now separator, okay, you require for this separator, okay, this code is SCPA, separator SCPA. Okay, for this separator code, okay, this is another control that I have inserted. So this separator also I will have to add to the root along with other controls, right? So I will have to modify this now. Okay, so I have set the preferred width, and now I have to add these controls. Okay, the order of adding is also very important. See, the first thing that you want to display on the applet on the JavaFX application is the heading. So that's why I will add heading first, right? After heading, what I want is I want the separator to be displayed. So separator S will be the next component that will be added, and then these controls, which controls? The checkbox control, CB web, then CB desktop, and then CB mobile. These controls will be added. Okay, and then I want the response text, so the response will be added. And finally I want all targets selection printed, so all targets will be printed finally. Fine. So this is the code for the start method. Now what is remaining is this show all, because I need to show all the selection, that's why show all method. So we will have to define the show all method outside the start method. So I'll just say here void show all. Now what I'm going to write in this, so initially I know that the targets string is null, right? Now if CB web control dot is selected, if CB web control is selected, then these checkboxes, I think we have to declare these outside, because you know what is happening is I'm creating these checkboxes inside the start method, so they cannot be accessed outside the start method. So I will just say so I don't have to write checkbox here, then I will say checkbox CB desktop. This is the next name that I will declare outside here, and checkbox CB mobile, this is also what I'm going to declare outside the start method, so that other methods also can access these variable names. So now other methods can access them. So now here CB web can be accessed. So then I say if CB web is selected, then I'll say target string will contain string called as web. Okay. Next, if instead of CB web, if it is CB desktop dot is selected, okay, then targets will be what? Will be the previous string plus this string. Okay, so previous string plus this string will be desktop. Right? So previous string plus this string. Fine. Next, if CB mobile is selected, dot is selected, fine, then the target string will be the concatenation of the previous values that are already selected plus this time it will be mobile. Okay. Now if nothing is selected, then what will happen? So if targets dot equals, suppose target dot equals null, then the target string will store none, and finally all targets, that's a label, all targets label will print set text. It will print that the target list is and it will print all the strings which we have taken here. That's a target strings. Yes, I save this program. Okay, I have modified this so that whatever is checked and whatever is unchecked, that should be shown, as well as the order in which the selection happened, that also should be shown. So I run this. Yes. So now see, select deployment options have come. Then this is that separator. Then you have web, desktop, mobile. These are the options. Currently no deployment selected and target list is none so far. So now I select web. It says web deployment selected and target list contains web. Then I uncheck this. So it says web deployment cleared and target list is none. That means you have not selected anything so far. Now I select web and then I select desktop. So it says desktop deployment selected. Currently, what is selected currently is shown here, and the target list shows you that earlier you first selected web and then you chose desktop. So order is shown here in target list. Okay. Again, when you uncheck desktop, it says desktop deployment selected and web. Okay. Then when you say mobile, it says mobile deployment selected and the order is first you went for web, then desktop, then mobile, and then from the desktop target list, from the target list, since you have unchecked mobile will not be displayed. So this is how a simple checkbox control can be implemented. So that is it for today's lecture. In the next lectures we shall explore more controls like list view, we will see scroll bars, we will see combo boxes, and we will see the text boxes, scroll panes. Okay, and finally we will see how different effects and transformations can be done on JavaFX.